Good afternoon, one and all. My name is Naushad Khan. I am the Director of Multi-Marketing, and welcome. What I want to do is delve into the publishing, and we're going to make this a series. I'm not going to try and offload a whole lot on you at once. Publishing is a very, very broad topic and subject, so let's start at the top. And what better way to start than to take it straight from our website. If you go to www.mmstore.co.za, click on the three lines at the top that opens up the menu, click on Multi-Marketing Services, and you will be able to click on Multi-Marketing Publishing. You'll be able to see a list of different topics within the publishing genre that you can click on and learn more about. And the very first topic right at the top would be self-publishing versus traditional publishing. And that's something that a lot of authors don't know about, and it's something I want to be able to add value to you and be able to explain to you today. In order to truly understand this, I think it's better for me to do two things. But first of all, I'm going to read it exactly from our website. I've got another mobile phone here with me. I have actually loaded up on my mobile phone from the website the actual page that talks about self-publishing versus traditional publishing. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to read it for you because I know a lot of people don't like reading. That's one of the reasons we're going to be doing these videos for you live and adding value to you, is I know that people don't like to read, which is a shame, because if you're going to be an author, you have to be able to read and want to read and learn more and become more informed about the topics and the subjects that you're going to be involved in. But to make it easy for you, I'm going to do two things. Like I said, number one, I'm going to read it from the website, and number two, I'm going to be explaining it a bit more in depth if what I've read does not make any sense, so that there's no mincing of words. So, self-publishing versus traditional publishing, as taken from the mmstore.co.za, goes as follows. We should make it clear what multi-marketing is and what multi-marketing is not. We are what is called a self-publishing company, which means that we provide you with all the tools and services you need in one place to get published, and you fund the publishing service. You could self-publish and pay your way on your own, but you would be running around from pillar to post, from one service provider to another, from one side to another, whereas with multi-marketing, you get it all done from start to finish under one roof in one place. Right? Multi-marketing is run by a former published author himself, who knows the ins and outs of the writing and publishing world, and thus is very on the ground and hands-on with authors, guiding them on every step of the way from start to finish. That is very true. I am a self-published author, Naushad Khan. Before I became the Director of Multi-Marketing, I was a published author. It took me 8 years to publish my book. I'm very open about that story. I've said it millions of times. You guys can see other videos. Excuse me. You guys can see other videos on Facebook, on TikTok, on YouTube. I have told this story a number of times about how long it took me to get published and all the things I had to do. I had to work 2 jobs, a part-time job, sell Cape cookies, and do a side hustle. And it still took me 8 years to get published. So you got to be dedicated. You have to be persistent. You have to persevere. You have to be very serious about wanting to be published. This has to be something that you really, really want to do. All right? I want to make that very clear. So as we say, we do the service for you. You fund the publishing service. That is basically what is mentioned in the first paragraph. We tell you exactly that we are a service provider. We can do the whole publishing process from start to finish under one roof. From editing, layout, interior layout, typesetting, cover design, ISBN and ebook conversion, all of it, printing, can all be done under us, even marketing. And like we say here, you can do this on your own. You can go to a different editor, a different interior layout, a different cover designer, a different graphic designer, a different person who does it. But why go through so many different service providers when you can consolidate it under one roof, and you still pay less than individually paying each of those people? You can consolidate all of that amount into one place and get it done under one roof. Instead of you having to deal with several different people in several different places, it makes it easier and convenient to have it done under one roof, and you save money at the same time. So it's a win-win situation for you. All right. Excuse me. Next thing, it says, if you are looking for traditional publishers, now this is what I want everybody to understand. This is what this video is about. This is the meat of the video. If you're looking for traditional publishers, they are very far and few between, as that is a dying breed in this new economy. They have limited funds and brief periods open for submission, so will not publish everything that comes away and will be very picky and choosy and nitty-gritty when deciding what book they feel, not what you feel, will bring them returns on their investment, as they will only be publishing a limited amount, right? Excuse me. Another thing to keep in mind is that if they fund the publishing, they own the work, and they will keep majority shares in order to gain return on their investment and ultimately profit off of their work. So let me stop there to explain to you what traditional. Now, there are traditional publishers. Now, traditional publishers is how publishing used to be way back in the day, right? Before, excuse me, before self-publishing became a thing. You would give your manuscript to a publisher. If they feel like your book is good enough, that if they put it out there and they publish it under their publishing house name, they will make a lot of money. But if they look at your manuscript and they see that you're a new author, not much marketing, nobody knows who you are, and then they look at your story and then they think, I don't think this is going to work, take your work and go elsewhere. Or they'll take your work and say, we're going to tweak it up. This is what they do with scripts in Hollywood. Sometimes someone will write a script. By the time that movie is made and ends up on the silver screen and the big screen in the cinemas, it's not the same as what the original script is. There's been tweaks and changes made by producers, by directors, and the same thing happens in traditional publishing with traditional publishing houses. Not all of them. I want to disclaim, not all of them. We do know there are traditional publishers in South Africa. We do know about them. Most of them don't do this, but some of them do. They will change it. They will tell you that you need to change this work in this way in order for it to sell. And even when you do, they're publishing it on their funds, on their money, under their own name. Even though you're the author, they will have to keep majority shares in order to get their ROI, their return on investment. Basically, they're taking their money, they're investing it in your book, in your story, in your idea, and they need to get returns on that, so people have to buy the book. You're not funding it. Not a cent has left your pocket. But at the same time, not a cent will enter your pocket until their majority shares have been earned from the publishing of that book. At the end of the day, you, the author, are still going to have to promote that book because you are the author. And they're going to keep the majority of the money. So, if you don't have the funds to publish, that would be your best bet, is to go through traditional publishing and hope that it goes through. Cross fingers. But they're picky and choosy, meaning they have a specific open period. And if your book is not in that period, forget about it for the rest of the year. You're going to have to wait for the next year. And also, they're very picky and choosy. Like I said, they got to make sure that if they publish this book, they get their return back, because if they don't, egg on their face and egg on your face, because sometimes they're going to reject your work. They're going to say, nah, poetry doesn't sell, or this genre doesn't sell, or your story will not sell in the bookstores, because they know market trends. We at Multi-Marketing also are aware of market trends, and we can inform you, but we will never turn you down, because we know, as you as the author, and I being a published author myself, know how much I wanted my book to be out there. That is why we'll never ever turn you down at Multi-Marketing. Traditional publishers may, because that is their business. They have to get their returns because they're investing in this. They're doing this pro bono. You're not paying a cent, but they have to keep majority shares. So sometimes that work won't even be yours. I know of an author who signed a contract, not realizing that it was a traditional publishing contract, and the publisher published the book. Excuse me. She published the book with him. She never got any copies. The books never went out there. And it took, I think, 4 years before they finally put it out into the world. So, again, that's another thing with the traditional publishers. They call the shots, they make all the decisions, because they're the ones who monetarily funded your book and your idea. So, always be aware of this. Always be careful when you're becoming with a traditional publisher. It's a good way to get in without having to pay anything, but just be aware of the pitfalls that will come across. Now let's talk about self-publishing. As it states on the website, right? The best way to ensure your work will be published is by paying your way. Save up if you have to and invest in your dreams, which is why there are far more self-publishing companies out there. The best way to know if one is legitimate is to see their previous works and their track record of publications online, something we showcase on mmstore.co.za. So if you go to mmstore.co.za, click on the MM Store tab, when, like I said, the three dots, there's an MM Store tab, you click on that, you see all the different genres we publish in. You can click on any one, even all books is there, and have a look at all the authors we publish. All the books we publish is there. Sometimes when a company is starting out, they don't have any, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't trust them. I mean, when we started out of multi-marketing, we had no books except mine. So, we had to work our way up. We had to have people who had faith and trust in us, and I'm glad and I'm grateful that they did, and I'm still always forever grateful to them for having that faith in us, because it's only through them, it's only through their trust that we've made it this far, and we've come to where we are right now as multi-marketing. So self-publishing is the way to go. Like I said, you can do it, but why go to several different people in several different places paying exorbitant amounts? You can consolidate that amount under one roof, get everything done in one place, instead of having to work with this person and then work with that person on this and then this person on this. Sometimes you want to do everything yourself, and that can work out for you too, but the problem with that is you're trying to do too much, and that is a problem, because now by trying to do too much, you've taken a stress upon yourself, and it's going to take much longer for your book to get out there, and you're not getting a second opinion, a better opinion of someone who is an actual graphic designer, who is an actual interior layout person, who's actually an editor. Don't ever skip on any part of that. Rather go through a legitimate publishing company. Multi-marketing is one of them. If you don't want to go through us, perfectly fine, but make sure that the company you're going to is a legit company. Do your background research on that company before you do. Even with us, you don't have to take my word for it. Go to mmstore.co.za, have a look around. You do your research and come to your own conclusions whether or not we're legitimate. We know we are, but we don't want to try and make your mind up for you. You are a person, you have your own mind, you apply your mind like you did when you wrote your book as an author. Do your research. So yeah, that's the difference between traditional publishing and self-publishing, as explained on the website and by myself. I gave you a further explanation here of what we are at multi-marketing, what we do. We are a self-publishing company. We get everything done for you to publish your book under one roof. All you do is fund the whole process. Traditional publishers, you don't fund the whole process. They will do everything on their dime, but at the end of the day, they own the rights. With self-publishing, even through us in multi-marketing, you still own the rights as the author. We can't claim rights for it because you are the author. You're the one who wrote the book. So self-publishing, guaranteed you will keep the rights, as long as you don't sign a contract that you did not read, and maybe in that contract someone else has taken over the rights. But with traditional publishing, more often than not, it's not your book anymore. That publisher has published it on their own money. It is their book. They decide how they go forward with it, and they will keep majority of the shares because they need to get their return on their investment, because at the end of the day, it is a business. Even in multi-marketing, we are a business as well. The difference is you are paying us to provide you with the service of actually publishing your book for you under your name, and you keep the rights to it because you have funded it, not us. We'll give you all the services: editing, interior layout, typesetting, cover design, ISBN registration, ebook conversion, publishing on Amazon and our MM Store and other platforms, national bookstore distribution, marketing, printing of copies. You name it, from A to Z of publishing, we do it. We even give you information how you as the author can go about doing your library deposits, which is a legal obligation by you as the author, not us as the publisher. You as the author who has funded the process, you need to do that. So we give you all the information as well. It's on our website. Like I said, go to mmstore.co.za, click on the menu, the three lines at the top, go to multi-marketing services, and click on multi-marketing publishing. Somewhere you scroll down, you'll be able to see the library deposits. You'll be able to see the whole publishing process, our current rates for the year. Everything start to finish is there. So I hope this video helped. It was short, it was lean. We're going to make a series of this. I'm going to be discussing more things in the future, such as the library deposits, such as the whole process of publishing, such as national bookstore distribution, such as marketing your book. So if you want to know that, stick around in the group, stay tuned, watch all the future videos. And if you know of any other authors or aspiring authors or poets or whoever it is that wants to be published or has anything that wants to be published, invite them onto this group. Get them to watch this video. They will gain the knowledge they need to gain in order to be fully and better informed when the time comes for them to be able to do their publishing on the group. So I know I've talked for a while. I hope you guys gain some knowledge for this. There will be much more informational videos coming out in the future, so just stay tuned for that, like I said. So I hope this video helped. Until I see you guys next time for another video, I'm the Director of Multi-Marketing, Naushad Khan, and I will see you guys down the road. Peace.